poetry-ish. I had some conversation with Eileen this week about being an English teacher, and that brought this up. Some of you, I'm sure, remember learning about helping verbs, and you may or may not know that there's a new word for those now, and some other things like it. They're called modals. If you're studying linguistics, that's what they tell you. This is about that part of grammar, and also some things I noticed when I was teaching in the hinterlands of North Carolina, that some of the things my students said and wrote, no grammar book ever told you not to do because they were completely off the radar. Modality. Chomsky's grammar gave us terms we'd never seen before. Old helping verbs became modals. Can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, a child's mnemonic chant. Some modals are forms we use every day, although they were ignored by the old grammar. Used to, for example, and have to, ought to. Other words and phrases, not strictly modals, expand our sense of the conditional, the contingent, giving our language myriad degrees of possibility. Maybe. I just might. It would be nice to. I'm putting it on my to-do list. An obligation. I really should. I need to. I oughta. I've just got to. Or a threat. You know I'm liable to. Our good intentions often depend on dependent clauses. If, unless, until, whenever I can. Lord willing and the creek don't rise. And when we fail to meet those obligations, we use modal expressions of regret. I should have. I meant to. I didn't mean to. I wish I had. I just hate that I didn't. Being a Southerner, and a Southern woman at that, I grew up navigating a veritable thicket of modal qualifiers. They were the air I breathed, the music I heard in the womb, my mother tongue. We are so fond of modals that we stack them up, creating expressions the old grammar books never even thought to warn us against. Honey, you shouldn't ought to do that. You're like to stir up a hornet's nest. I mean it. That very well could happen. All our plans are conditional. We know that. Nothing in this life is certain. And yet, what would happen if I resolved to clear my language of the cluttering undergrowth of modal expressions, leaving only the assertion, the firm purpose, the clear intent, simple, unadorned verb tenses, the present, I walk every day, the past, I organized my workspace, and the future, the future. In our language, every future tense requires a modal. Some, though, are less tentative than others. I will write 3 pages today. Or that essential form unacknowledged by the old grammar books, I'm gonna. As in, I'm gonna sit at my desk and finish this chapter come hell or high water.